वसुदेवं सुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं. Jai Shri Krishna to all the devotees. Today I would like to inform you about what our body is actually. So, a big thank you to a loyal priest, Hemang Uncle, for letting me get this opportunity and helping me with this. So, the body is a very important thing in our life because we didn't actually develop it. God gave it to us. This relates to what the loyal priest said yesterday about Ram and Sita's marriage. When they got married, they had a spiritual heart which kept them safe, and they were a very good couple together. And we want to be just like them, and you want to as well, because they are very spiritual and they take care of the body. The earth protects our house, and the house protects us, and we protect our body inside us, and our body protects the soul. Our body is like the house of our soul, and the soul determines whether we go to hell or stay on the earth, or either go to heaven or spiritual world. It will determine where we will go when we die. This plays a huge role when we are talking about the elements. There are 4 different elements: earth, fire, water, air. Oh yes, there's 5, and space. As the sun is always chanting Om, and astronomers have gone into deep space to figure out that the sun is constantly chanting Om. And you should do that too. Hanuman prayed to Ram and Lakshman and eventually got to the spiritual world by chanting the holy names of Om. That's why you should do that too. Anyways, the body protects all of the organs inside our body. The heart, the core, and the super soul and the soul. The soul protects the super soul, and that determines where you go, as I said before. The spiritual karma, the good karma, and the bad karma are said around 2 days ago. So, the body is like a house, like a shield to protect all of the good things inside our body, which we should take care of throughout our whole life. Not just for a little bit, because it's gifted from God. And you should not take that for granted. You should always appreciate things. For example, you wanted a toy for your birthday party, but instead your parents got you the Bhagavad Gita. You should always pay gratitude for that, because it can help you in your life. Toys, you just give a little bit of entertainment, not all through your life. Always read spiritual scriptures, how Hanuman read the Ramayana. It's very educating, and toys don't very educate you. The Ramayana, for example, educates you a lot and teaches you what you should do. For example, for your body, as I said, you should not take that for granted. Use that example every single time you remember that, oh, I want to take this for granted. Use that example that I gave you of your body. Now, moving on to the 5 elements. Space. As I told you before, that the sun is always chanting Om. And that astronomers figured out. They didn't know anything about Hinduism. They just went deep into space and found that the sun is chanting Om. That's why you should chant Om. Nobody knows that the sun was chanting Om until they found that out. And that's why Om is the most hidden and ancient word in the whole entire world. So, Moving on to water. Your heart has a constant flow of blood which is secured by Ram and Sita together. They work together to make the blood flow properly, and they make it a very good part of your body to make your heart pumping, your body staying intact, and you can pray by having oxygen that God gave you. This is the third element, air. The God gave you air to breathe in, have oxygen. And when you talk and say Om, you have to take a deep breath and say it, just like this. Om. 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 You should daily chant that because it can help you to keep your body safe, get you closer to God, and also help you say spiritual mantras, which you should be doing daily. Like how Hanuman did to the very spiritual couple, Ram and Sita. So, moving on to another one, fire. When your body dies, and the Hindus believe that you should burn it to let out all the energy and burst out all to the spiritual world to determine your karma. So, now, the last and final one, earth. Earth is very important because when you die, your body gets sucked into the earth atmosphere, and it's saved and it's memorized by anyone who wants to, for example, remember you. You make a grave inside the earth to remember your death. And in your death, you did a lot of important things, like pray to God, say the holy mantras, read a lot of scriptures, and a lot of more things. And for this, me and my brother, Radhe, has kindly donated over 500 pounds to the Shishu Vihar. Jai Shri Krishna.